So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa salatu wassalam ala Sayyidina Muhammad. It is a pleasure, as always, to be here with you and to be honored by giving the keynote speech of this important topic, along with the respected and honorable members of the panel. Our topic today is open banking. When we look at open banking in our member countries, it's been implemented very fast throughout some of the member countries. And it opens up the fintech and other interactions will be also going fast. And the reason is that we don't have that much luggage in our institution as the big conglomerates or big historic institutions that have been around for a long time, and they can implement much faster the latest fintech or the latest open banking system possible. And then enhancing customer experience is definitely the focus of open banking as a concept. Open banking has been implemented in our member countries, mainly in Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, and Bahrain, and they have done it very successfully. In Saudi Arabia, just to mention how they have described it, they said that the policy will enable bank customers to securely manage their banking accounts and share their data with third party safely and confidentially. The policy has clearly been implemented to ensure that the policies and procedures are in place, making sure that the security standards are also applicable, customer experience to be really the focus, API, which is application program and interface, and then overall governance framework to protect customer data. The regulations is to improve the trust between all stakeholders, whether it's the banks, the customers, or the fintech companies that are providing the services, or the systems that are being implemented. It will open up competition between all the banks, and definitely will also welcome global players, global banks, to be able to work in some of the countries, depending on the regulators, that they will be able to compete and really provide the maximum service they can provide to the customers by accessing the open banking data. The regulations will bring growth to fintech startups because mainly you don't have to have brick and mortar anymore. You don't need to open branches. It can really have easy access for any entity that has the right service or the right product to really provide what is needed that the customers are demanding these days. More innovation will be finding out is going to come up much, much faster because now with this data, a lot of providers can actually provide their ideas and their services. More fintech companies will be popping up much faster than we have seen before. And you will see and experience different types of consumer products that would really provide what is needed. And then there was an easy way to switch for customers from one bank to another bank, which has not been easy in the past. And I believe with open banking, it will become much more automated, much more faster. And at the same time, the banks will be able to compete for those particular clients with certain segments and provide them the service and the products that are needed that's specifically been tailored for those customers. You will be able to find out that some of the products will actually be providing specific home financing, maybe for specific locations sometimes. It will provide home financing for specific products that are in the real estate market or for home mortgages that have not been cookie cutting kind of products only, but they've been specifically tailored for specific customers, whether it's locally or globally. They will be attracting the right clientele base that is interested to be in a certain area and really make it tailored for them. Hope this webinar will be answering some of the questions that came across my mind, but hopefully it will have also lots of other questions that will be answered. But some of them, just to share with you, is how this market will evolve, how digital banking will manage costs, because it's going to be a great cost savers, but yet it's going to provide much more services than ever before. How lower friction will help our businesses, how SMEs is going to be benefiting out of it, how the banking sector itself will be benefiting out of it, how the consumer will experience the end result for them, how customers will adopt to it. A lot of customers still are used to actually going to the branches and still would like to do what they used to do and meeting face-to-face with their banker. And with time, they'll find out that that might not be needed anymore, and that financial inclusion is the name of the game. And they can be wherever they're at within the country or within villages, or even as far as from the headquarters of the bank that they get their services from. But they're going to be getting what they're looking for. So hopefully other questions will be answered, as I said, within this webinar. But nevertheless, I'd like to say open banking is digital banking for everybody's information. In Poland, it was interesting for me to read a history of mBank that was created in year 2000. So almost 21 years ago. So don't be shocked. Open banking is not completely new, and having, technologies and having services been provided without brick and mortar is not really completely new either. And you can be comforted that it's been tested and it will be definitely well received by the end customer. At the same time, we would like to know that the SMEs can be getting much better, faster, dynamic services from their banks. They'll be getting financial inclusion wherever they're at. Remote area services will be, again, the name of the game, financial inclusion. ICD had in Q4 2020 an excellent financial innovation award program. In that exercise, our aim was to identify first movers. We wanted to identify fintech innovators, wealth management concepts, saving plans that were not there before, peer-to-peer lending, an e-wallet, customer experience, artificial intelligence services, and maybe providing services of wealth management advisory, what they call also robo-advisory. I'd like to say that also ICD had provided to its member countries a new platform called Bridge Platform. In that platform, we connect 119 financial institutions. And the idea was that those financial institutions now can speak with each other. They can communicate with each other. They can create syndications if they want to. Like in Africa, we have 42 banks alone, and they will be able, all of them, to communicate with each other about transactions, ideas, or concepts, or investments within the continent. In that, SMEs is our main focus. We as ICD, we provide line of finance to those financial institutions that are on the ground. They're best equipped to meet with clients, to meet with SMEs, analyze them, provide them with the right credit lines or credit facility lines that they need, and then monitor it, then collect the money back, and making sure that that cycle goes very well and it's more efficient and with higher quality of credit. Just because they're on the ground, they would really understand the market much better on the ground. But we know that with time, with open banking being implemented in one country after the other within our member countries, the whole customer experience is going to be much greater. Cross-geographic experiences is going to be, again, a very important experience for the banks and for the customers themselves. Innovation opportunities that are there will also create innovative investment opportunities. Today, a lot of our member countries do have great investment ideas. And through our Bridge platform, they get to be known. And with the open banking and the understanding of the data of those clients, will make it even easier and much better than ever before to provide the right services and products to the clientele base. Cash flow management products is an important product for SMEs. And with the cash flow management products, we'll be able to provide the right cash flow management, working capital facility lines. And all of that will be possible more and more with open banking. In conclusion of my speech, I'd like to say that financial institutions that are within our member countries, the Islamic banking financial institutions, have the capability to adapt fast and are flexible and have the way to create the right services with the open data that's going to be given to them, and really will be able to provide what is needed as fast as is expected. Because, as I said earlier, it's going to be very easy for our member countries, especially those ones that maybe don't have that history of lots of servers and IT systems that are in place, and migration of systems from one to another institution might have it much easier for them to be able to adapt to open banking. I'd like to thank you very much for participating in this session, and I'm looking forward to listening from our distinguished speakers and panelists of this webinar. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you.